We've come to week 7. That means we've just got 2 weeks left of our course, so it's been flying by. As we come into week 7, we're looking at the challenge of contextualizing the message to a post-Christian world. So we're going to be looking in your study. You're going to be looking at contextualization in the rest of the New Testament. There isn't a direct lecture. You're going to be doing a lot of reading in one of our books. That's going to dive deeply into how contextualization took place in the rest of the New Testament beyond the book of Acts. And the reason why I wanted you to focus in on that this week is because as we're thinking about ministering in what's called a post-Christian world, where people don't come from a naturally Christian perspective, we need to go back to thinking about how the early church was engaging in this, because they were in a pre-Christian society. And in a pre-Christian society, I think, is a lot like a post-Christian society. There are a lot of similarities. And so if we're thinking about how they contextualized within that context, that may help us then think about how to contextualize into our contexts today in a post-Christian world. To help you think about post-Christianity and postmodernism, I've given you a video by Os Guinness. He's a wonderful Episcopalian vicar and thinker. He's exploring the ideas of postmodernism, post-Christianity. It's a video series, a lecture that he gave many years ago now, but very reflective of the kind of ideas that we need to be thinking about today. As your discussion topic this week, you're going to be thinking about that particular question of how do we take this gospel message and how do we contextualize it into a post-Christian world. So that reading will help you. Os Guinness's lecture will help you, and that will give you some guidance on the discussion. There isn't a paper assignment to turn in this week. I've given you a week off, and the reason why is because the final week is the week to do your final project, which is going to be pulling together all of that work that you've been doing throughout the term. All those little textual interaction papers, the principles you develop there are going to be helpful in coming to that paper where you're going to do some analysis of your own context, your own leadership style, and applying some of the things that you've learned within that context. I've really enjoyed our discussion on the discussion board again this week. The thinking that has been demonstrated as each one of you engage with our concepts, the deep questions you ask each other, the way you respond to the questions from each other, and it's just been a fantastic time to work with you, think through these issues with you. I really do appreciate it. Well, have a great week this week. Looking forward to our conversation about how do we contextualize the gospel to a post-Christian world. Be an exciting time to hear your thoughts and think through as we think through this issue together. Blessings.